welcome back. You're with us here on Opening Fire. Take a look at what's happening on the Nifty very quickly, and we'll welcome in our next guest on the show. 30 points off on the Nifty, which means we're off about 45 points from the day's high. 8739. Sensex is down about 90. We started about 50 points higher, which means we're off about 140 points from the high of the day, 28,917. There's an hour to go before the Railway Minister Suresh Prabhu reads out the budget speech that's scheduled for 12 noon, and we'll of course get you that live. Nilesh Sathe is joining us right now. He's Managing Director and CEO with LIC Nomura Mutual Fund. Mr. Sathe, good morning. Thanks very much for coming back on the show. So I think we can't get away. We really can't get away from budget talk. It's budget season, budget session season. What really are your expectations? I don't know if you track the railway budget. Very few market participants really care that much about the railway budget. Maybe on the on the sidelines they might give it a glance, but the big deal is the main budget, which is scheduled for Saturday. So I just want to ask you, what are your views around what we are likely to see? The big question, I think, is very clear, is about the fiscal. How much will the government spend on capex, and where will it find the money to spend on it?
Yeah. See, the first issue is this is going to be the first full budget of the Modi government, and a lot of expectations are there from the budget. The fiscal deficit is likely to be checked at 3.6% level, because as is expected, because of crude oil prices coming down, and the import duty, imports of gold have come down drastically. So there is a substantial value available. So the current account deficit will come down, and the fiscal deficit should range at 3.6% in my opinion.
So you expect the deficit to stay at about 4.1%, right? And of course to be contracted for fiscal 16 in terms of the budget estimate.
That's true. That's true.
Right. And you think the government would be able to push capex and spend on infrastructure by doing that?
Yeah, it should be in a position to do, because there is a possibility some customs and excise, especially on oil, may be increased, because of which there may be a substantial revenue generation. And of course, government has to think of increasing its revenues as well. Yeah. But then there are various ways of increasing the revenue.
And 1% increase in the customs duty on crude oil adds about 4,000 crores for the government. Right.
There is a possibility it may be increased to 5%.
Yeah, so that's 20,000 crores then, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just wondering, is that going to be enough? Because it's also in a way then counterproductive. What will then happen is that gross refining margins of oil marketing companies, which by the way are state-owned, will come under pressure. So there is a trade-off. There are pluses and minuses.
See, for every action, there is going to be a reaction. And it may be equal and opposite, as is always said. But the issue is, government wants to generate some amount of revenue for pushing through the reforms and pushing through the developmental agenda that it has set last year when it came to power. And nothing is possible unless there is money. So obviously government will make all out efforts to ensure that higher amount of revenues are there. And of course, from capital point of view, there may be some public-private partnerships coming forward, and also some incentives may be given for foreign institutional investors to invest here. And Make in India campaign, which is announced, I think on that also maybe MAT may come down, which is at 12.5% on ECZ. That also is likely to be reduced. See, the issue is how to balance it without compromising on the developmental agenda. How is it that government will be in a position to push the agenda through? That is something which is to be watched in the budget, which will come on 28th.
As a fund house, right, I'm asking for your view, and I'm sure you talk to your peers in the mutual fund industry as well. Is that the commonly held view, that 4.1 and 3.6 should be the fiscal deficit numbers? Or people... And will people be not okay if those numbers are not held on. I'm just trying to understand how the market reads this, the domestic fund industry reads this.
See, technically speaking, fund industry doesn't have to take any view on what are going to be the actual figures of 4.1 or 3.6 of deficit. That is a different issue altogether. What is important is whether the investors will have additional money for inflows into the mutual fund or into the financial assets. That is something which is more important. And
I think you misunderstood me. I was asking, how will funds panic if the number is more than 4% for fiscal 16? And will they sell? I'm not talking about their own health and the growth of the fund industry. I'm talking about how they will react as investors in the market. If, say, for example, the fiscal 16 fiscal deficit is shown to be in excess of 4%, as against the roadmap, which put that at 3.6%, how would they react?
See, how the market will react is something entirely different, and in my opinion, market doesn't immediately react on any of such budget proposals. On the contrary, it should not react also.
Oh, but they do, Mr. Sathe. You know as much as I do that markets are very trigger happy. You know, they shoot and ask questions later. But and I'm sure that's the reason why the trading has been kept open on Saturday, because people don't want to wait.
Yeah, trading has been kept open on Saturday, but SEBI has already clarified that the mutual funds need not transact. It will be a non-business day. Yeah, so we are not going to transact on 28th.
No, you don't have to, but you're allowed to.
Non-business day means you should not do.
Right. No, but
that's a non-business day.
No, that's an interesting point. Are you saying that they said mutual funds should not? Is that what they're saying? I mean, do the SEBI rules say you're not allowed to? Because if that is that what you're saying, then it's news. I don't think it's widely known.
The circular which is issued by AMFI, it clearly specifies that 28th, which is a Saturday, which is generally where the market is not open, you may keep your offices open, but it will be a non-business day. That clearly means that you are not supposed to trade in market on that day.
How can that be? If markets are open, how can AMFI, which is an industry body, say that it's a non-business?
Which are issued by AMFI, that is what I reiterate.
It seems rather strange. We'll talk to AMFI representative maybe and try and understand what this really means. I have to leave it there, Mr. Sathe. Running really short on time. We have to hit the real budget at 12 noon and have to take those commercial breaks as well. Thanks very much for coming in. Good talking to you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
We're just taking that break and we're back with a special discussion on the oil and gas sector. What can really be done in the budget.